Hey, I've got a question for you today. Would anyone you know, and I don't mean biological family here, is there a believer you know who would say of you, he is my true brother, or she is my true sister? And they would mean it in a very deep, familial way of like, boy, God has really used you in my life. Well, that was the case for a man named Epaphroditus. That's right, if you need a baby name, it's a good one, Epaphroditus. Let me just read you this, how Paul describes Epaphroditus, and then I'll tell you why. Paul says, he is a true brother, a co-worker, and a fellow soldier. I mean, could you imagine Paul the Apostle saying of you, you are my true brother, you are my co-worker, you are a fellow soldier in this difficult work of spreading the gospel. That is a pretty high compliment. Now, the reason that's true of Epaphroditus is that he had served Paul. And here's how. Epaphroditus was the messenger from this church of Philippi to Paul who's in prison. So, little refresher, Paul's in a Roman jail. Philippian church knows of Paul. They send a gift. This was a monetary gift because prisons at this time didn't have cafeterias, didn't have health care. And if you were in prison, you could literally just starve to death unless people who knew you sent money for you and the people in that area to buy food for you. And so the Philippian church sends this money to Paul. And then Paul, while Epaphroditus is there, he gets sick. He gets really ill. He nearly dies. But God heals him. And then Paul writes the letter to the Philippians, and he sends Epaphroditus back. So Epaphroditus, before trains and planes and automobiles, this was an arduous journey from Philippi to Rome. And it was so arduous that Epaphroditus got sick along the way. And Paul describes him as my true brother, my co-worker, my fellow soldier. Why? Because he was in the struggle with him. He was serving him. If you want to be known as someone's true sister in the Lord or true brother in the Lord, get into their struggle with them. Find out where they're hurting and commit that you're going to pray for them every day. Maybe once a week, get on the phone and pray out loud together. Pray for them. If you have the resources to meet their need, whether that's through money or through wisdom or through connections, genuinely help them in their life. And the day will come when they say, you are to me like a true brother or a true sister. Again, Philippians 2, the theme has been joy through service. It's paradoxical. It's the opposite of what we'd think. You don't get joy, lasting joy, by going to Disney World. You get lasting joy by laying down your life to serve others. And so Jesus is the ultimate example. And then we saw yesterday Timothy was a real life example. And now Paul gives another real life example in Epaphroditus. Let's be like him today. I'll see you tomorrow.